Hi lovelies, welcome to my life and tarot. September is already long ago started and it's already halfway into the month, but I still wanted to make a brief update into what decks I'm working with this month. So, as you maybe have noticed, I'm going through the wooden tarot at this moment and working myself into this deck, which I have had now for a few weeks, I think. So this beautiful Rider White and Smith based deck. So this one, and today is Thursday, not Wednesday, and I want to work myself into understanding with this deck before Sunday this week. Then I will give this deck a test run on or in some client readings to find out how this deck works for me. And also I'm going to work with the Sweet Twilight tarot, which I had at one point but traded it for something I wanted more. But in the back of the head I always knew I will at one point want to get this back, and now is the time. I did let go of my Fairy Lights tarot and the Nicoletta Seccoli tarot, which I worked with with some things in my life, but this work I feel is over. I need to move on, and the Sweet Twilight is now the thing. Sorry, nose itch. So I was in the lights of everyone or many in the community right now talking about the authenticity and judgment and everything. I, in my young age, was let's call them rebel years, was really intentionally judgment provoking, let's say, maybe it's the best way to put it. And as I got older, I got more self-conscious and more worrying about what people think and how I come across and all that, and having the workplaces I had to keep some type of level or to be something. But deep inside I always have been this not conventional and different, I want to say. So I feel lately that I actually want to cherish that part of myself and rejoice it, and not work with it as a shadow, but merge it with who I am. Because right now I don't have to work for anyone, I don't have to be something, and I really don't care what people think about me when I walk on the streets or whatever. And I've gotten some judgmental looks and comments, and it doesn't bother me, because this is their issue, not mine. I can be whoever I want, however I want. So this deck for me is rejoicing this colorful inner world and the being or living freely with myself. Not sure if that is the way. I will most certainly get more into this soon. I think in October. I'm already in the flow and I can already show you or tell you about some results. Also with this deck, usually I'm not reading the little white books or even the larger books with the decks. I just look through. Usually they are pretty much the same in the decks, or not talking about the artist's viewpoint, or even, I don't know, this is like too general and not talking about the particular things on the deck. Or sometimes if the book does, I already have my own vision and I really don't need the book for it. But what I discovered with this little white book, that it actually opens up a little bit more about this deck and gives this wonderful, playful, yet deep insight into the meanings of the cards, which are like also loosely Rider-Waite-Smith system, yet have a story of their own. I'm not sure about the friggin' borders on this one. These bother me a little bit too much. I'm thinking maybe cutting everything off, or maybe leaving something, the upper part probably, because all the numbers and English is on the upper side, but I haven't decided yet. I will work it through with the little white book. Interesting that first when I had this deck I used it, but I never read the little white book at all even, and thinking now maybe I wasn't ready because I had to work through the Nicoletta Secoli period, working with my inner child growing up too fast and all that. But slightly time before and after that growing up part, I have been this rainbow of everything. So I will get you more into my life and my life choices when I will talk about my work with this deck. So this I will be working on this month of September. Also, I hope I have time to work through the finally received large edition of the Thoth Tarot, because I had the pocket, didn't like it, too small, traded it away or gifted, I can't remember. Then I had the standard, the next size, again it was like too small still, but right now I got this within my birthday package from Diane Charecki, Indigo Moon Woman, and getting a Thoth deck for me from my sister senpai, as we call each other. So her life path is so much similar to mine, and we vibe on the same level a lot, and she uses this deck as her main deck. And to get this, I got it already trimmed, which is perfection, and now I can see the images and to learn it and to understand it. And for this I got the book, which goes through every thought, like from the ancient visual symbolism point of view. Got the book, I don't know, in the winter, long time ago already, in hopes I am going to get the large deck one day and start working through this. And what I will do, I got this as used deck from, I can't remember where, but eBay I think. But the images are black and white, and like I learned to understand the Rider-Waite deck years ago, I painted or colored myself into the deck. So this I will do with this one as well. I will just color them and discover the details along the way, and this way is the best and quickest way, at least for me, to really get into the deck. So this is a different system, I don't have to do it with every deck out there. So this, and one more deck I want to show you, which I am side by side, parallelly working through, is the Carnival at the End of the World deck, which is amazing in its own way. Like the Wooden Tarot is totally amazing on its own way. So much to see, so much to discover and understand within simple images. So much connection. I'm not Englishing today very well. So making connections with the Rider-Waite, which the creators have said the deck is based on. When I finish the Wooden Tarot in depth or going in deep walkthrough, I will do this one next. And as I've looked through this, but like I said, with the Wooden Tarot, I really see more when I talk about it, and so I'm doing the going in deep with you, talking at the same time and discovering much more than just looking at the images. I don't have the book for it. Would love it. I got the deck in a trade, so it doesn't have the book. Some cards I would love to know the artist's view of it, because some cards are not too clear for me. Some are very, very clear, but yeah, this deck. And while we are at it, I will show you also my base client reading decks I have been using and am using the most. I have a few decks that I sometimes switch. When I go to festival or event, I usually take about 10 decks around this with me, but these are the main ones I grab for, and every single one has a reading purpose. I just will show you general readings, everything from, I don't know, where person comes in and they don't have a specific question, or general readings. The only deck I'm using right now is the Deviant Moon. The Glare Deviant Moon, amazing. Not using this with reversals, because this deck has both sides right away visible. This even is tilted more to the reversals, or the darker side, or the shadow side of the questions, and that is why this is perfect for general questions or some things, or the skeptics that come in, sit down and tell me, well, I don't believe any of this, but tell me something I know but you don't. And I'm like, shuffle the cards, pull out 3 cards or something. Sometimes some persons have a vibe that tell me not to hand them the deck itself, but I usually do. They take out cards, I tell them what is, and usually they are like, oh my god, I thought this is like mumbo jumbo, and where do you see this, where can you... And many people have been really interested in tarot reading for themselves, and I'm really gladly seeing this year that more people are actually interested in working with the decks itself. The cover or the mist or the fog of the dangerous or too magical or something is going away slowly around here, and I'm so glad to see that people are actually interested in using the decks for themselves and understanding that the decks are not only or mainly not for, I don't know, fortune telling or something like that. So this, first I thought I would never use it for a client readings because people would not be liking those images. So far not a single one has said that, oh my god, this deck is ugly or whatever. Many tend to say that it's interesting and they actually like it, so you never know. Next deck I'm using for client readings, and this is only for relationship readings, is the Lutil Lescott Tarot. Perfect for love relations, human relations, relationships in general. It just shows so beautifully and clearly everything that is going on. However, I'm usually not using reversals in this deck, but this deck plays with me a lot, and reversals sometimes occur in this. I don't know how, but this happens. Then I will use them and read them as reversals. But what I wanted to show you is we had a crafts fair festival thing a few weeks ago, and we got into the rainstorm, and somehow the 6 of coins card was laying all night in the water that was under our tent. I'm not sure how it even fell from the deck, but it was like in the puddle whole night, and in the morning I dried it up. It looks like, you know, when they get wet. I contacted Lou Scarabeo, told my story, and they said they would be gladly sending me a new card or the replacement for this. So right now it's like crooked in here, but it's still like somewhat usable. So, relationship readings. Work and family related questions when people ask about their child or work, whatever career based things, medieval tarot. This one comes for me with reversals, and it reads loud and clear, so you can see reversals in there. Love the deck. Spiritual kind of questions or self-growth type of questions. Sadly, those do not occur very often, but if they do, I am whipping out the Tarot of the She. I had the non-trimmed one, but I want to have backups for each and every one of them. I have already Tarot of the She and the Deviant Moon, not yet Blue Telescope or the Medieval, but I hope I can get them, or will get them before they go out of print, because I feel these are going to be with me a lot. And before I used my untrimmed deck, but the spare one I trimmed and fell in love with it immediately, so this one is better to carry along, and spreads fit better for the little table that we grab along when we are on the road. So, and next, which I just gave a test run or few, is the Fountain Tarot, and I used it in like general reading instead of the Deviant Moon, and beautiful. I am absolutely loving it. Oh, and also, if you remember, I showed when the deck got here that the Queen of Coins was damaged. Water or coffee or tea damage and bubbles under the paint or the coat. I contacted the Fountain Tarot because apparently this is not. I thought I got the mass market deck, but it's actually not. It's the first edition self-printed, and I contacted the creators and told I got the second-hand deck and all that, and I have the card condition like this, but if they could point me the way where can I get the replacement deck card, if it's even possible, and they were so kind to send me a replacement card for the original. But they also stated that they are not usually doing that, but I can't help but mention it. I'm not like before had any contact with indie creators or how they replace or do their deck or card replacements, but amazing. And it arrived a few days ago. It has a little bit different type of corner rounding, a little bit rounder than the original cards, but it fits well, and I'm not even complaining. I'm so grateful that I even got this and all that. This is it. Not it. The Wooden Tarot. I wanna work through it and try it out on Sunday, like I mentioned. So this one might or might not get into my client reading deck list. We will see. I will let you know how it goes. But these are my main beloved client reading decks. Out of them all, I use the Tarot of the She, the Deviant Moon, and the Fountain for myself or family or my own things as well. Not so much the Medieval or the Blue Telescope, because I don't have relationship issues, I don't have work-related issues, so I have no like use for them so far. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and